Hello all, this is David from Sunward Hobbies, and welcome to part 6 of my Meng 1/32 scale Fokker DR1 build. A series which is looking to rival the James Bond franchise in terms of entries. So in today's video, we're going to finish the post shading that I had started, and then hopefully I can finally start painting it. So let's not waste any more time. We're gonna get right back into this. So I've got my Ammo Atom RLM 66. I've already thinned it out and it's ready to go in the airbrush. This time, instead of the regular Ammo Atom thinner, I'm using the ionic thinner with retarder in the hope that the paint is not going to dry as fast and I can hopefully just skim through this without issues of tip drying every 10 seconds. I have thinned it 50-50 and I am going to resume where I left off. Well, that session was a lot less aggravating than the last one. So yes, I definitely recommend, if you're doing tedious detail work with an airbrush, use a thinner with a retarder. That could have saved me a whole day. But no matter, everything is now shaded. And we can finally get on to my favorite part, giving the plane its coat of red. And I will be going with Ammo Atom's Imperial Red. I find it has a nice shade, more slightly on the pinker side than the orange side. But the only way to know how it's going to look is once we put it on. So let's get started. Sorry to interrupt everyone, but not only was the microphone not on in that last shot, but I immediately did not like the shade of red that I used. It looked way too pink. So I decided to do about a 70-30 mix of just normal red with the Imperial Red. So we're gonna try that out this time, and hopefully I should get the tone that I'm looking for. That's gorgeous. Don't you just love it when you nail that perfect color? Well, finally, everything is painted. Now, if you'll give me just a few hours, I gotta clean up. If you know anything about red, whether it's paint, makeup, or blood, it stains like a mofo. So I'm gonna clean my airbrush and myself up, and then when we come back, I will paint the tires. I'm almost out of time here, so I've got time to do one last thing before I sign off. So the main color scheme is all painted. There's just a few little details to pick off with a brush, which I will do in the next part. But to close out, I'm going to be masking and painting these tires. Now, the thing about World War I tires is they were rarely ever black because they used a natural rubber back then, which was not carbon black. So you'd see a lot of tires that were either light gray or a buff color. And usually DR1s are depicted with gray tires, even though for some reason the instructions here say to paint it black, which I'm kind of amused with, as I wouldn't think formerly Wingnut would tell you to do that, but it could have just been an addition from Meng anyway. If you watched my video in the past on how to mask tires, or at least the way I like to do it, then you can go and check that out if you want an in-depth guide. But here I'm just going to quickly skim through it. All I do is put some masking tape over it. Now, since this is 32 scale, the tires are a little large, and it'll need more than one sheet. And then I like to grab either a toothpick or a ballpoint pen or even a cotton swab and find the edge and press it in so that I can clearly see the outline. And then I just take a hobby knife and gently cut it out. So that is how you do it. Now I'm just going to quickly paint these off camera with some Ammo Atom RLM 75. And then let's put part 6 of this build to rest. This concludes part 6 of this build, and a much more productive day it was. We got the triplane all decked out in red. Now all that's left to do is to paint some minor details, clear coat it, put decals on, clear coat it again, glue everything together, do the rigging. Oh boy, we're not as close to being done as I thought. But no matter, I am confident that the hardest parts of this build are done. So look forward to this build being finished in no less than 20 parts. So thank you very much for watching this video. Join me next time for part 7, where I will indeed start painting a few details and hopefully clear coating everything. So thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on our socials, and until the next one, adios. That was the perfect shade of red.